Now, something potentially very exciting is going to be happening with Clix, and it could potentially lead to saving the future of Fortnite competitive. In today's video, we are going to be going over the things that Clix is going to be presenting to Tim Sweeny, who, if you guys don't know, is the CEO of Epic Games. I want to go over his entire list of things that he's going to be presenting, what my actual thoughts on them, and how realistic I think they actually are going to be. And also, the tournaments are not done yet for this season, so we're going to go over day 2 of the EU Opens as well. Real quick before this video starts though, please subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, as we try our best to upload daily competitive content for you guys. If you guys want to support me even more, far and away the best way to do so is by using code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop. We're continuing to shout out 2 people every single video that DM me proof of them using my code. So shout out to these 2 people on the screen right here. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Make sure you guys follow me on my Twitch or come back here on the day of finals if you want to watch the finals of any of these tournaments with me. Without further ado though, we have a lot to go over, so let's just get this started with the entire notepad of things that Clix ended up listing. So the first thing that is on his list, I don't know if this is like his #1 priority or just the order that he ended up listing things, but he said bring back East. The player count is at an all-time low and this would increase comp a lot. Now, this is also one of the biggest things that I feel like I have seen a lot of people complain about. There is so many people that dislike Central, and I don't know the actual like full statistics on this, on if there would be more players that would actually play the game if the servers are actually in East compared to Central. This would probably mean that Central would just get completely nuked then, and we would go back to East and West. I don't really personally have a problem with that. I'm curious on what your guys' thoughts about it though. I think this one definitely is a very realistic thing that they can do. The second one that he said is bring back solo victory cups, where everyone can earn and get their first earnings, makes people grind the game. I think from a competitive standpoint, solo victory cups are really like not competitive at all. If you're trying to watch like the best of the best pros compete in a stacked solos tournament, solo victory cups are the farthest from that. But from increasing the player base perspective, this is definitely the best possible thing that they can do. I literally saw so many people, I remember when we did have solo victory cups, that they would literally strictly grind the game for a chance to earn, what is it, $76 after tax in solo victory cups. It's such an easy change for them to make as well. They're not giving out a crazy amount of money. Is it competitive necessarily? No, but I think it is very good for the player base. I think it would be really fun if we had like solo victory cups and a solo series in maybe alternating seasons. Like one season we have victory cups, next season is solo series, next season is victory cups, and then vice versa from there. But I also do think that this is a good idea. Clix next said bring back zero build tournaments.
Talking about redoing zero build cash cups and like figuring out their cheater situation, because that's just ridiculous. Because zero build tournaments will bring back another fan base. Yeah, zero build did have a surprising amount of people that did actually enjoy the competitive aspect of it. I see all the time under Fortnite competitive tweets, people literally saying bring back zero build tournaments. This one is going to be really hard in my opinion, just because of how many cheaters literally just ran through the zero build lobbies. And we already know that the competitive team can't monitor every single different tournament that they have for cheaters. And so I would prefer the few people that actually do monitor those tournaments for cheaters being more focused on like the big tournaments like FNCS and Cash Cup finals. And I just don't know how possible it is for an Epic employee to monitor a zero build Cash Cup, but for the zero build people out there, it would definitely be really cool. Next up, he said add a Fortnite comp skin where a certain percentage goes into a tournament every month and spread it out in the prize pool. The top 1,000 make money and incentives the community to buy a skin knowing it'll fund a tournament. This is actually a thing that I think a lot of other games do. I don't know the names of them off the top of my head, but I have heard things like this in other games. This is a super great idea, and it's what a lot of people have been asking for what I feel like is chapters now. I don't really see why Epic Games doesn't do this. They would profit from it still because of how many people would buy the skin. Like, I don't even personally really buy that many skins anymore, but if I knew there was a skin that is going back into the competitive prize pool, I would definitely buy it. I do think that this is a good idea, and it's definitely something that I want to see them do in the future. He kind of builds off of that and says org skins as well. This is definitely something that they should do. We know how dead really orgs are in Fortnite right now. There is a couple of orgs really thriving, like MA and Exet, and even like Havoc a little bit too on EU, but Fortnite has never really been that much of an org friendly game. But if they were to add org skins into the game, that would definitely help it out a lot. The new surge is awful for a viewing perspective, very boring, any solutions. This is something we've already talked about a lot, so I'm not going to go too in depth of it. I think that the new surge does definitely stop search trade
trading, but it needs a lot of tweaks still until it gets to like the final form that they should be rolling out for FNCS. Like if this is the surge that we had for FNCS, it would be terrible, but I'm really hoping that this is not like the final form that they want to put it in. The next thing he says is Winter Royale coming back? Will make tons of players come back for Christmas/winter time and increase the player count dramatically. This is another thing. Winter Royale, if we're just being real, was basically just a charity to players. Like I think literally the top like 2,500 or something insane like that earned money from Winter Royale. I know so many people that the only earnings that they have ever got in this game was from Winter Royale, and that was years ago at this point. This one, I don't really know how realistic it is if we're gonna get like a one-to-one exact replica of what we had in the previous Winter Royale. I definitely do think they need to have some more December tournaments. I know that Fortnite does have their break in December, but December time is always when all of the kids are off of school and they're able to play the game. This is the perfect time to be hosting big tournaments like this, and we haven't seen any big winter tournaments in a very long time now. Remove bots in ranked reload. Yes, obviously 100% agree. There should never be bots in any ranked game, period. I think anybody that plays the game competitively can agree that bots are one of the most boring things to play against, and they make you want to not even play the game in general. Community tournaments in a top 50 skin cup get paired with a pro into a duo finals for money would make a lot of players want to get top 50 and have a chance to play in a finals with a pro. This is a cool idea right here. Not really sure how many pros would actually be down for this, because you would need to get 50 pros that would want to just play with a completely random player. Definitely a cool idea, another cool thing for the community, but a little bit difficult to do. Next up, he says reconnect button. There was many times I don't get into a finals game and it kills my tournament. At least one team every game doesn't get in. This might be a hot take, but I feel like it is very difficult in a battle royale to have a reconnect button. I know it definitely is possible. Is it going to be similar to kind of like you getting rebooted and you're going to spawn with an AR and a pistol, or are you just going to spawn back in the exact same spot you were in? But say you crash in end game and then you reconnect into the game and there's only like 3 people left alive. Would you reconnect with 100 and you can just sit there and play your heal off and win the game after literally crashing for the entire end game till the end? There definitely should be some sort of reconnect feature. I just don't really know how it would work. Add a leaderboard for ranked with a top 100 prize pool will make players grind ranked more. Yeah, also another good idea, but I don't really know if Fortnite's ever gonna have a prize pool for ranked. Why did you add West back but not East for comp? This is more of just a question he's going to ask them. I'm curious on what their answer is going to be. Make your tournament where no one who ever qualified for a Grands can play. Basically a bad players tournament where pros cannot play. Host tournament at the same time as a pro tournament, so pros basically can't make alts and play. I don't know if he wants like a prize pool to be in this tournament. I mean, it would be a fun community thing, but I don't think they would ever add a prize pool to something like this. And then the last one that I see here is one that I think is probably the most unrealistic one here, is a ranked win equals 50 V-Bucks. Will make everyone play ranked and will increase player count. I think that this honestly would save ranked, but there is zero chance that Fortnite is ever gonna give 50 V-Bucks for winning a ranked game. This would make so many people grind the game and the end games would be super stacked as well. But this would literally mean that you only need to win 16 ranked games in order to buy an 800 V-Buck skin. From a community aspect and like playership and everything, obviously super good change. We have to remember Fortnite is a business at the end of the day. I don't think they are ever going to give people literal free money basically for winning a ranked game. Overall though, I think these are a lot of super good ideas. I'm curious on what you guys think about them in the comments below. Which one you guys like, which one you guys dislike. Let's actually move on to how EU went now. Now in EU, we have a very stacked last finals to look forward to, and I am very excited for it. The duo that finished in first place of the opens though, the only team to get over 900 points. I think this is their second time winning opens this season, of Ping and Kiro on 936. They won 2 out of their 20 matches, got 166 total elims, which wasn't the most elims in all of the opens, but it definitely was top 3. Second place is another duo that has been so good since they have formed together. The winners of last week's Cash Cup finals of Focus and Thomas HD on 882. I am assuming that these guys are going to have to stick now going into the future, just based on how good they have actually looked. Third place is our first brand new duo on here of iDrop and Marius on 880. Didn't win any games today, got 176 total elims, which was the most elims in all of the opens. I've been saying this all season, Marius has been a super good opens player, has just yet to really find any of that same success in the set lobby finals, and you can kind of say the same things for iDrop as well. So I am going to be paying more close attention to their finals performance compared to this. Fourth place, another duo that I want to see do good in the finals because I have just been hyping them up all season, is Swizzy and Vanya on 834. Fifth place is Perdage, sixth place is Helkis, seventh is Dan Depuzo, eighth is Akiro, ninth place is Comeback in Pix, another brand new duo, and then rounding out the top 10 was Twek in Mydro. This is a super stacked finals though, because we also have another brand new duo in 11th place of Vico in Malibuca on 747. They didn't win any games in this tournament, but did still finish with 141 total elims. The vibe seems super good between these guys. They're playing absolutely out of their mind, and it looks like Vico has his passion back as well.
Nice, bro. One of them took my fiddle. Okay.
Your shit! You're fucking dog shit! Your shit! Never kept a card again! You're
We have a couple more players that just bagged out in solos. In 14th place of Hari and Cammy, Chap and Flixie in 15th place. These guys have been kind of underwhelming in the past couple of finals, so I am very much expecting a good finals performance out of them. 19th place is another brand new duo that we have of Seti and Yapko on 720. 20th place is Shark and Teeny, some of the other best solo players on all of EU. Teeny has had an absolutely insane past 72 hours, and I'm very interested to see if he's going to be able to cap that off with a Cash Cup win to end the season as well. We have Darm and Demus in 22nd, Walks and Pixie in 23rd. Very happy for these guys that they're able to make back-to-back finals now after being on basically just like a roller coaster this entire season. Chris and Skavi finished in 44th. Sky and Scroll, they are back and they finished in 46th. But then that was about it for all of the big names that were able to make it into the finals. So we did, of course, have a couple of big name duos that missed out on qual, like 73rd place of Hellfire and Ferdoxy on 598. Ferdoxy has now only played in 2 out of the 6 Div Cups this season and has missed 4 straight Div Cup finals, unfortunately. Another one that is pretty disappointing that I wanted to see in the last finals of the season was 84th place of Chino and Vino on 570. This duo has been a little bit underwhelming ever since the first finals that they played together where they got 2nd place in it. I don't think that they currently have any plans to split, but of course we are going into a completely new season now, and so many things could still change. Acorn and Peter were also not able to qualify in 108th place. They finished with 544 points, won 219 matches, got 54 total elims. Acorn was having a bunch of internet problems. They had a good day one still, finishing like top 60, but today they fell to 108th, unfortunately. So there will not be any NA representation in the last EU finals. And then another one that is also just super unfortunate is 138th place of Mongrel and Mixon on 503. They won 1 out of their 20 matches, got 64 total elims. This duo in their first ever Div Cup that they played together were able to qualify for the finals. Everybody was super hyped about them. They looked decent in the finals. Mixon then decided to stick with Mongrel going into the future, and I don't think that they've been able to qualify for a single set lobby finals since then. This duo did still have some positive moments from today, like Mongrel actually beating Marius and iDrop in a 2v2 scenario.
Come. I'm dropping him. Look.
That
Going back. Nice. Nice, good shit. He's still there.
Marius, get off our cow. Holy shit. I was fast.
He got his card. 100? 1 HP. He's gonna finish me. Wait, rest me. Quick. Nice, good shit.
But unfortunately, they were not able to get the job done, and we are not going to be seeing Mongrel in yet another finals. Also, you can say the same thing for 157th place of Trulex and Chicho, and 160th place of Murstache and Tayson on 476. Still, not really sure how much longer these guys are going to be sticking together for. They have really looked just rough the entire season. And no, for everybody still wondering, Mr. Savage was not able to play because, of course, he missed day 1 of the Open, so there was no way that he was going to be able to find a good teammate for day number 2, and we are still not sure who his official duo is actually going to be yet. For some interesting stats about these EU Div 1 Cups though, we only had 2 full duos qualify for every single one of them, and that was Chap and Flixie and Hari and Cammy. We did have some individual players though also be able to qualify for all of them, but they did play with some separate teammates throughout them, like Marius, Demus, Akira, Karama, and Ghost. Moving on to the finals map here now, and my top 5 predictions. Don't have a super bunch of big names actually conned. The main fights that we are going to have, unfortunately, is like Focus and Thomas HD over here versus Floki and Snazy. We also are going to have Darm and Demus versus Sined and Kinty. Wax and Pixie are also conned at Rangers this week. So for how my actual top 5 is going to go, I'm going to start it off with one of the most consistent duos, the team that just won opens of Ping and Kiro for my 5th place spot. Moving on to my top 4, I'm going to go with Chap and Flixie. I think it's the lowest I've had them predicted on here, but they have just been kind of underperforming recently, so I am going to be a little bit safer with my prediction for them. For my 3rd place spot, I'm going to have my only brand new duo here of Vico and Malibuka. They have a fully uncontested canyon. I'm very excited to see what they can do with it. And then for my top 2 and my 2nd place spot, I'm going to go with Swizzy and Vanya. I predicted them to win last week. They started off the tournament hot, but then ended up struggling after that. But I am going to continue to believe in them. I'm going to have to ride the hot hand though for my win prediction, and I'm going to go with Shark and Teeny. Both these guys have been absolutely popping off, not only in duos tournaments recently, but also solos. And I'm going to believe in them to win the last Div Cup of the season. Moving on to the final statistics here now for the opens on both days. Sky finished with the highest damage ratio with a 2.23. The most damage to players was Marius with 25,000. Really dominated this category by over 4,000 damage. And the most elims was Marius with 111. Vico in 2nd, Shark in 3rd, Kiro in 4th, Chap in 5th, Swizzy in 6th, Ping in 7th, Flixie in 8th, Demus in 9th, and then Teeny in 10th. The most assists was Eyedrop, and then here's all of the other statistics as well if you guys care about any of these. Pretty long video today. Appreciate every single person that stayed to the end of the video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, as we do try our best to upload daily competitive content for you guys. If you guys want to support me even more, far and away the best way to do so is by using code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop. We just hit our all-time high with over 700 people using the code, so thank you guys all so much for supporting the channel. I truly do love and appreciate all of you guys. YouTube says don't enjoy one of these 2 videos up on the screen right now, so go check them out if you guys haven't already. Thank God for another day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.